concept of a twin flame is that your soul was split in two at some point, and your twin flame is living separately to you. It's a person who's living their own life, but at some point you are part of their soul. You were split, and so that you need to reconnect with them. Now that's an amazing, enticing concept, especially when you're falling in love. But are twin flames actually real? Today I'm going to share my take on it. Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a spiritual coach and mentor for women and folks who want to live their authentic purpose and develop spiritually. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, like and comment if you enjoy the video. Again, a twin flame is the idea that sometimes a soul is split in two and that there's a journey to reconnect and find that soul so you can feel whole again. Often when people are falling in love and they have a romantic connection, they start to believe that that person is their twin flame because they feel so activated and in love that that concept really resonates. So here's my take on this. The idea of a twin flame does not resonate with me, and I'm going to share with you why that is. Now, for anything, including anything that you see on my channel, please filter it through your own spiritual intuition and experiences. Don't take anything as right or wrong or gospel that you hear from spiritual coaches. You need to, filter it through your own experience to see if it resonates with you. And so if you disagree with me today, fine, go for it. But I do think that's really important. This is how we start to make the distinction between spirituality and religion, right? This is not a religion. I'm not telling you that anything I'm saying is right. You don't have to agree with it. But and so I went through my own process with the twin flames. I find that there's some spiritual concepts that really resonate with me and I can take them on board. And I back it up with my own life experiences. So previously I thought the twin flame thing was interesting and cool, but I've come to see that believing in a twin flame has actually done people more harm than good in my experience. So to me, the idea of a twin flame is based on an old and romanticized and outdated concept that there is the one, right? You are searching in your romantic life for that one person who will complete you. And that's a very romantic idea. You see it in movies, you know, that old line from that movie, you complete me. But it is actually an out of balance concept because it starts to make people feel they are dependent on another person. You are love. You are whole and complete as you are. Now, you have needs that involve interaction with other people. You have spiritual needs. You have a spiritual need to love and be loved. You have a spiritual need for communication and outflow with others. You have a spiritual need for connection and intimacy. Yeah? But that doesn't mean that it has to just come from one person. So to me, the idea of a twin flame is kind of just a thinly disguised version of the one. And I notice in my clients, if people believe that there's the one, they can stay in connections that aren't serving them because they think it's their only chance. They think they need to make it work. They think they need to, turn themselves upside down and twist themselves and not be authentic in order to keep a relationship. And that's simply not the case. Twin flame is a limited concept. I want you to replace that with a more abundant concept that there are many soulmates out there for you. And every person that you interact with is really an opportunity for you to learn about yourself. Hate to break it to you, but it's all about you, right? You came here to learn and grow. You came here to be loyal to yourself. You came here to fulfill your contracts and your purpose. Now that other person is benefiting from it as well. They are learning about themselves through interacting with you. But I want you to start to embrace the idea that if a relationship is not working, if it's become toxic, you don't have to hold on to it because they're your twin flame or they're the one, right? there are many opportunities, and sometimes the growth that we need from a connection or a romantic relationship is actually to learn to be strong enough to let it go. I'm not saying that's always the case, right? It's not. Definitely try to, learn from your relationships and make them harmonious, and that takes effort and takes work. I'm not saying just give up. However, if you've tried and you can see that this connection or this person is toxic or is bringing out negative traits in you that this is what happened to me in the past. I looked at myself and the way that I was interacting with this person, and I was like, this is not the person that I want to be. I'd become defensive. I had become weak. I'd become shy. I wasn't using my voice. I was just allowing that person to dominate me. And I didn't like the person that I was becoming within that interaction. Okay, so there are many soulmates out there for you. And it's not just all romantic either, but of course, twin flames are most often associated with a romantic relationship. So what happens is that you are probably a very old soul and you've had many lifetimes here on planet Earth. So when you meet somebody that you've had strong connections with in a past life, it will activate your nervous system. You will literally feel like you're walking on air. It is a feeling of reconnection and completion because maybe you were married to that person in 10 or more different lifetimes, or you've had very close, intimate connections with them, whether romantic or otherwise. And so when you see that person, maybe you're 30 years old and you see that person that you've known for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, it can activate you energetically, and you'll feel it in your nervous system and your body as well, as this amazing high of reconnection. And people confuse that to be, oh, this is my twin flame. But it's not just one person that you would have that kind of reaction with. There can be many people that you've had past lives with. Unfortunately, there are some people out there who have narcissistic tendencies or manipulative who will start to take advantage of that, right? They might say, yes, we're meant to be together, we're the one. And inherently that's not bad, but when it starts to become a manipulation, and then a narcissist will go through a devaluing phase of you, and that's where you need to start realizing, okay, this is actually, I need to look at the reality of what's happening, not the fantasy I have in my mind that this person is my twin flame and we're going to be blissfully happy. I think another unfortunate concept that's out there about twin flames is that there will be this very difficult, tumultuous period. One person might leave the relationship, but there's this idea that you need to come back together even if one person has left. And I think that idea just keeps people hooked in. If you have a tendency to be a little bit dependent on others, you could take this idea of twin flame and say, okay, I just need to stick it out. I need to wait for this person to come around. I need to stay in touch with them even though they're not treating me well. And can you see how this is actually doing more harm than good? Why are you keeping yourself in a situation that is making you miserable? To me, that is not spiritually aligned. Yes, there can be very difficult situations that we learn from, but we master ourselves and we move to a better situation when we can, right? As soon as you realize that it's not working for you, you can change it, you can improve it, or you can leave and move on. So it's like this hook, the twin flame concept for some people. I've just seen this in my clients, and that's why I wanted to share it here on YouTube. It's a hook to keep you in, to keep you thinking that you should keep trying, when really you are harming yourself more than you need to be. I really want you to start to believe that in the romantic sense, there is an abundance of partners out there for you who will treat you well, who will respect you, who will love you for who you are, not who they want to manipulate you to be. And you can be truly authentic within a relationship. You don't have to control or be controlled, right? All of these are things that we're learning through. You might have experienced them in past lives, and you need to have another relationship like that in this lifetime to fully master that lesson that you don't need to be controlled, for example. So anything that's happened in the past is great. You've learned from it. But again, I guess my message today is don't use the idea of a twin flame to make you think that you have to keep trying in a situation that's actually doing you more harm than good, right? I am in a wonderful relationship right now. Is it 100% great all the time? No. Is it more than 50% great? Yes. Is it more than 75% great? Yes. Right? Because we're all learning and growing and making mistakes. But where are the scales? Right? How are the scales tipped? If it's less than 50% for you, you want to start asking yourself some different questions. And so I'm inviting you to let go of the concept of you have to make the twin flame thing work, because people can get stuck in that mode for years, decades, where they're trying and trying and trying to make it work because they think it's their twin flame. What a waste of time. Why don't you choose somebody or attract a soulmate relationship into your life that's going to empower you and make you feel good? Okay, so that's why I don't believe in twin flames. It's a nice idea, but it keeps you stuck in a lower state of consciousness. And to really evolve, you're going to learn and grow about yourself from every person that you interact with. Everything is a means to an end. So if you enjoy this idea of soulmates and manifesting a new relationship and an amazing person into your life, I made a video a little while ago about how to manifest your soulmate, and I shared my story of how I manifested my soulmate relationship. So I've gone ahead and linked it right here. That's a great one to watch next to follow up from this conversation about soulmates. So I'll see you there.